Hello, and thank you for watching another episode of Redbeard Shaves. Today, I'm going to be giving my impressions on the Karve Overlander aluminum razor. I picked this up shortly after I picked up the brass and fell in love with that. And I'm going to review it for you here today. I did load up within the Karve Overlander a Kai blade on its first use. This is one of my soaps. It's on my kill of 2022. It is Ariana and Evans, the Undersea, also known as the Shaving Shop Club. I actually picked up a second set of this because I preferred this original artwork to the revamp artwork that Peter came out with afterwards. And then a new brush maker to my den. I whipped up the lather with my long shaving brush. This is made by Alan Long in Kentucky. Did a phenomenal job on this. I don't know if you can pick up that coin very well, but very nice coin. He hand ties his knots. This is a J2 and it has really nice jelly tips with a good backbone, excuse me. All right. After my last video, I was cleaning my razors and I slipped when I was torquing to unturn my actual Rockwell Blue 6S, and I took a big gouge out of both fingers. So, got a couple of battle wounds there. It's the first time I really cut myself with a razor. And I was just careless and kind of speeding through stuff. I throw all my razors in barbicide after I am done using them. And usually just let them soak and clean that way. And then once the jar is full, I'll pull them out. Rinse them all off really good. And then pull them apart and pull the blades out to let them air dry, and I just slipped, caught both sides of the razor, one catching the index finger and the other catching the thumb. Held pressure on it for like an hour and they were still bleeding like stuck pigs. So I ended up wrapping it up in a fresh towel. I knew there really wasn't anything that they could suture, but I was hoping that they could glue it to get the bleeding to stop. So I went in and they did apply glue, but the glue only lasted for about a day. It's already peeled off. So, is what it is. I initially came across Alan's brushes on Instagram. I will post his link in the comments below. He's a fairly new brush artisan and currently just does things off of a wait list, which is currently closed, but keep an eye on his website, on his Instagram page, I should say, because he is planning to open it up again as soon as he gets caught up on orders. But really impressed. He was a pure pleasure to deal with. And really happy with the way this brush turned out. This is my first matte finish brush that I've had, and really digging it. The Karve Overlander, was kind of one of my goals of 2022. I wanted to explore some lighter razor options. I've kind of always steered towards a heavier stainless steel razor. I do like the weight of that. And I loved the Overlander so much that I thought it would be a good razor to start with and see if it compares to the heavier brass. And one of the things that I absolutely fell in love with this razor, I'll show you here in just a sec, is that Chris's anodization process is head and shoulders above the rest. I mean, this is such a beautiful, deep black anodization. There's absolutely no flaws anywhere on the razor. Really, really good attention to detail on that. Some other anodized razors that I have gotten in the past, I wasn't that necessarily impressed with. I thought the coloring from the anodization was kind of weak, or maybe even sometimes it was sparse in some areas. It wasn't an evenly done anodization, but this is absolutely stellar. Been shaving with it off and on since I received it. I mean, other than being significantly lighter than the brass option, it has really good glide, and it does perform the same efficiency as the brass. You get the same quality of shaves from it. Do have to occasionally remind myself not to apply pressure because I'm used to having that extra heavy razor in my hand where I just let the razor do the work. But even if I apply a little bit of pressure, it's pretty forgiving. The geometry of this Overlander is just phenomenal. Really easy to find the angle. Super, super smooth shaver. As I mentioned in my brass Overlander impressions video, you know, I've been able to shave with multiple days worth of growth or daily shave with it, and it has produced flawlessly in all those avenues. Getting good slickness from the Undersea. I know Peter's got a ton of different versions out. I think this is Kaizen 2. It might be Kaizen 1. I'm not sure. I can't keep up with them anymore. I don't think I actually have any of his newer bases. I kind of held back at Kaizen 2. Just because I'm a little slower on buying software. And both his Kaizen 1 and Kaizen 2 were phenomenal bases. Always really, really enjoyed them. And I just don't pick up as much software these days. I know that he definitely has a very good following, and people that like to chase that new and improved base. But even his original goat milk formula was really, really good. I've always enjoyed that. I still have some soaps in that base. He's always been a strong competitor in the market. So, this brush, I believe this is the J2 knot that Alan has put out. And he will kind of groom it to your knot preference. I actually really like a jelly-tipped knot with a good backbone. I like the nice soft jelly tips, but I also like to be able to get in there and scrub, especially if I have a few days worth of growth, get a good exfoliation going. And I've been really, really impressed with this brush. And the knot is held on, even though it's an extremely dense knot. I think I've only lost maybe 4 or 5 hairs, just a handful of uses that I've used it in. So it hardly sheds at all for how dense it is. All right, against the grain here. Such a nice smooth shaver. Kind of as I mentioned in my last video, I've been really enjoying the Kai blades recently. Nice and smooth, extremely sharp. And this is just mowing down a couple of days worth of growth. Feels great. Nice buttery smooth post shave is coming up. This shave is just a real treat. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised the first time I used the aluminum version of the Overlander. Actually got kind of a subpar shave, but after using it for a while, I think that was me. I think I was in too big of a hurry and just really didn't do as thorough as a job as I usually do. Because since then, every time I use it, I've been super impressed with how efficient it's been. And really, I think these are good razors for beginners and people that have been doing this for quite some time alike. It's just gives a really, really nice shave. Oh yeah. Hardly any feedback left. Definitely down to the bare skin. Really, really nice shave. Once you get going with it, I don't really notice that it's lighter. Just kind of enjoy the shave. And really, really produces great results. Chris has really came up with something special with this production of the Overlander. I am definitely sold on it. Man. All right, rinse off. Ooh. Perfect BBS shave. Really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and finish up off camera with my next shave with a straight razor, but I do have the matching splash that I will put on afterwards. I hope you guys are all having wonderful shaves out there. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Easter Sunday coming up, and I hope you're all doing well. This is Redbeard out. Take care. Bye-bye.